Hello, Playing Games with Strangers listeners. We wanted to come to you before this next episode because the subject matters that we are about to deal with are going to be a little bleak. While we are still handling these subject matters in a way that is accessible for all, it's still topics that may give you issues. If you're a parent and you listen to this with your children in the room, depending on their age, you may want to reconsider. There will be trigger warnings in the description, so please check those. We love our fans and we love what we do and we love bringing content to you, but we do not want to cause anyone to have problems. So please check those trigger warnings. You can skip ahead of them. Your health mentally is more important to us. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the show.
Playing games with strangers, you know there's no danger. So come on in, we're all friends. Playing games with strangers.
You open this door and you see several civilian-looking people standing within the vicinity, and they look startled as this man with a sword comes out of this doorway, and they have a look of panic on their face as they look upon you.
Sorry to interrupt, and no need for alarm. I'm going to sheathe my sword. Can you kind of give me a good whereabouts of where we're at?
They all look shaken, like there's going to be a lot of PTSD in Towerfall going forward. The one who seems the most composed is like, maybe the tower, this staircase opened and we're down here, so possibly? It's hard to say.
Okay. So I just came from a group of people.
There was a bugbear telling everybody to get underground, but he was waving his arms and screaming and...
A bugbear, okay. That's good. He's actually a friend of mine. Could you tell me which...
There was this deer lady walking around with a head and a knife on a stick.
Huh. Oh, interesting. I believe that was my friend as well. Probably not good first impressions of either of them. Could you tell me where the bugbear went?
I don't. We ran from him. He was terrifying. He was wearing the uniform of the new guard. Although it didn't leave much to the imagination, it was quite tight on him.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Are you currently safe? Do you need anything?
Another person looks up and in a grizzled voice of just sheer abandon just goes, Is anybody safe?
That is a very good question, and I wish I could answer that. Now I will say, I believe the people that I just came from, if you would like to come down here, if you follow this tunnel back, you'll encounter them. My friend Aelin's there, and she's trying to assist and get everybody taken care of. So if you're comfortable, you could go down there. I do need to find my bugbear friend, though.
Wilder, what's your passive perception?
20.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you smell food. Like a home-cooked meal food.
Okay. Can I roll for hunger?
I mean, I'll say this. It's been a long day, and a lot of things I don't recall you eating at all, so I'll let you decide how hungry you are and how responsive you want to be to that, but you smell something cooking.
Could you point me in the direction of this I'm smelling a meal being cooked. Is someone providing services?
They all just kind of look at each other confused, and they're like, no.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you to decide whatever you'd like to do. That's your call. I just know that Aelin could probably help you down there, but just be safe. Be careful. Underground may be the best place at this point. But okay. I'm gonna slide past them and head toward the smell of food.
You keep telling people to go underground, Dave. Do you want Morlocks? Because this is how you get Morlocks.
I don't know.
Nobody?
I got it.
All right. All right. So you two can Sam it around the corridors here.
Because where there's food, there is poo.
Yeah, but that's usually like 8 hours later.
Depends on your metabolism, my friend.
I have a feeling Josiah was about to make a very similar joke before he backed off the mic.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I'd never.
You do come across a door that is partly open.
Don't go in there.
And the sound of some slightly miffed dishes being placed.
I'm going to carefully open the door. Hello? Is anyone in here?
You walk in on a room that has 3 Fontars in it, one of which you have met before. You know it as Emrine's little brother, Nicus. The older female Fontar looks at you aghast. And, do you often walk into people's homes?
Only in times of emergency, generally. I apologize.
Emergency? What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a big old ruckus going on upstairs with tentacles and,
She looks over at Nicus and she goes, Emrine was just talking about that, and I feel like we should help, but Emrine says, and she looks at you and goes, is there anything that can be done upstairs?
I honestly think you're probably safer here. I would love as many people to help as possible, but I don't think that you or the children should go anywhere. If you've been safe here and you have no idea what's going on, it's probably best. Also, I'm Emrine's friend, Felix Tinsdale. I take care of the Thieves Guild in town. Have you seen Emrine recently?
She was just here. She came in and was happy and then decided that she wanted to judge my decisions and stormed off.
That sounds about right. Yeah. How was she?
Self-righteous.
Okay. Well, enough about Emrine. Which way did she go?
I don't know. She left and didn't even decide to stay for dinner, or
like she just disappeared out of the room? Like, which door did she go out of?
the same one you're standing in, sir.
Okay. Is there anything I could do for you?
As you said, apparently we didn't even know what was going on topside, so...
Sorry, this thing is kind of new, helping people and whatnot. All right, well, I'm going to go try and find Emrine. Thanks for the conversation. Food smells wonderful.
Would you like some? It's not much, but it's what we have. We have some... I call it a chili pot pie.
You know, I have a friend who loves chili pot pie. And I've never had it. Or at least I don't remember having it. Yes, if you wouldn't mind, I think I would like to sit and have some. Could use a break.
You break bread with Emrine's mother, and over dinner conversation, you know, it stays very light, and you can definitely tell that they are completely unaware of what's going on topside. And the food is fantastic. Like you can tell this lady knows what she's doing with some humble ingredients. So
yeah, like I said, it's a mess up there, and you're better off here. And it does sound like you and your family have gone through a lot. I thank you for the meal. I really do appreciate it, and I will go find Emrine, and hopefully, well, I don't think anybody's going to change her mind. She's pretty stubborn, but I think that's a good thing in this situation. Unless you need anything else, I'll be off. But it was great meeting you.
Wilder, if you find Emrine, keep her safe. She's prone to making rash decisions.
I know a lot of people like that, but yes, I get where you're coming from. I'll do my best.
All right. Well, thank you, dear. And she pats you on the side of your face and she goes, well, you're welcome here anytime. Should we survive whatever's happening up there, topside, but you're welcome in my home.
Well, thank you. You're a sweet lady. Remind me of my own mom. But okay, I can't get emotional right now. I need to go. I'm gonna go find Emrine and keep the kids safe. Nikis, you're the man of the house. Act like it.
He just, with a stern look, he nods towards you.
I'm going to give him one of my daggers. Just because.
Which one are you giving him?
Not the good one. Just a standard dagger.
He takes it and thanks you for it, and he sheaths it in his belt.
I'm going to head out the door and... Well, I'm not a ranger, so there's no way I'm going to just be able to go follow your nose and find the Fontar. Are the people that were out there still out in the way?
You kind of find your way back to where you came in at. There seems to be slowly a trickle of more and more people entering into these hallways.
Has any of you seen a Fontar, a female Fontar? Don't know how to describe this. Cot up front, legs in the back.
Sounds like the weirdest pickup line.
Right.
They all, as soon as you say that, everybody just turns and points at these stairs that go up.
All right. Wonderful. You've been, I don't have time for this. I'm going to run upstairs.
That was the most Wilder thing I've heard you say all night. You go upstairs. Emrine, what are you doing?
If everyone has gotten mostly situated, I think Emrine has found a place to sit down and has not moved since.
You make your way up there. You find Emrine looking a little... I'm making a guess here. Feel free to correct me, Squid, if I'm wrong. But you find Emrine...
despondent?
I was going to say looking a little bit shell-shocked.
That too. Yeah, I think she's probably sitting at the door to the tower, just in case anything should get close.
Right.
But she ain't looking,
She's got the 1,000-yard stare going on right now. Like, she's seen a bit. And as you look outside, the city is pretty much destroyed at this point. And the tentacles have stopped at this juncture. Because at some point they would have to. Emrine's just... You see her just staring out there, gazing upon the destruction and carnage.
Hey, Em?
Oh, Wilder.
Hey. Got done having a meal with your mom.
Oh, I'm sure that was wonderful.
She's a sweet lady. She cares a lot about you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's just first glance, chili pot pie, everything seemed okay. I mean, your relationship with her is not great, but there's a lot to deal with.
It is very easy for things to look okay when you're only looking once.
Very true.
She has been down there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Was Wilder there when Em mentioned that all of her siblings are dead? Oh, did he hear this?
I don't remember.
Because I think it might have just been to Orbog.
I don't think so.
Is everyone else safe?
All of Towerfall, I don't know. But the people you and I know, I still don't know. Aelin's good. I think you and I are okay. I can't find Pooh, and then Callum and Orbog ran off to be heroes.
Well, those are not the two people from that group that I would expect that of.
Surprises all the time.
I see. Wonderful. I'm glad they're good.
Yeah. Leona's gone.
Oh?
Yeah. That sucks.
She points at the outside.
I think it's a little bit more magical than that, I guess. Very much,
I was under the impression that this is very magical.
yeah. I mean, use magic, not great at magic. Don't quite understand magic myself, but, yeah, but
sorry.
I guess, yeah, Aelin's kind of taken over for, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna sit down next to Emrine.
I know that this will be a stupid question. So feel free to not answer it. How are you?
I would like to tell you I'm fine.
I would be concerned if you did.
Yeah. Not good. I haven't been good for a long time.
Well, that seems to be the case of many of us here. Is
Yeah.
LL okay?
I don't know. That's part of the reason I'm not good. Because Leona knew where she was at, and she didn't talk to me, so she didn't tell me anything.
I think Em will just silently get the YouTube out of her bag and put it into Wilder's lab. It can't be used today, but tomorrow. To find her. I don't think I will be needing it anymore, so.
I mean, what about, like, Rhoda and Aelin and all them? They went with your mom?
No, they were not. They are not anywhere.
They get caught up in this?
No.
thing?
No, they did not. Bastille had them killed. And
Is it a
then,
bad time to tell you that I already had, like, bad feelings about that guy? And I think I told you that earlier on in our
yes.
meeting and all that?
Mhm. Well, he's
seriously,
also-
I'm sorry.
Dead now, so I suppose that is not an issue either.
Still, sorry.
Thank you. And my mother is alive. And here. Safe.
That's a good thing, right?
She left them all behind. If she had taken them with her. Nothing has come in here, if you haven't noticed. None of the tentacles or anything else.
John, can I roll a history check to kind of, I guess, refresh myself on what the tower was for? Considering I'm from here.
Yeah, go ahead.
17.
You know that the Candlelight Keep, which is the tower that you're in now, is a place of worship for the both sides of Towerfall. It's considered a holy site. Given that you rolled a 17, I will say you vaguely remember when you were in school in history classes that prior to the fall of the tower, when the kingdom was unified, there used to be a central castle that lied in the middle of Towerfall, which the tower had landed on. And this is where the initial royalty would live.
Do you think things can't get in here because it's a holy space, holy ground?
Maybe? I don't.
I look at a lot of the things that Callum can do, and since hanging out with Stumblefoot, it seems like Stumblefoot and Callum were like the best two people to come up against this, at least in our group. There's something about their studies as clerics that have helped ward off things. I do not want to go to school to be a cleric. That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to put all the puzzle pieces together.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a holy place, or 700 other reasons. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to talk. I can leave you alone.
I don't think I want to be alone right now.
Okay.
She will hold Wilder's hand and just pat it. Give it a little pat.
Have you seen Pough?
Not for a while? No.
Wilder, make an insight check.
That's a 6.
Okay.
I ran into some people when I was coming through this way, and they said they saw him, but they had no clue. I think he just, frankly, just scared them too much.
Yes, I've done that a lot today as well.
Really?
Yes, I don't look particularly kind when I'm fighting things.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. That's okay, though. Like, I don't think anything's supposed to be normal or kind or anything like that right now. Where would Pough go? Wait, why was Pough here?
What do you mean?
The last time I knew, like, Pough was running off to be Pough. And now he's here?
It is my basic understanding that Pough doesn't have the greatest understanding of Tower Fall's layout.
I always forget, too.
That's true.
Okay.
Perhaps he was rounding people up to help?
True. I feel like everything would be better if everybody was together.
Pough, once you get underground, what direction are you heading?
Well, I've never been down here before, right? I mean, like,
not that I'm aware
area.
of.
This is, yeah. This looks, so there's people around and stuff?
No.
Trying to bunker down?
No.
Or this is just underground?
You are in a tunnel system, sir.
Okay.
Like, do you want to, what direction on the island are you going to want to try to focus your efforts in traveling? Because this is going to determine what you encounter.
I'm going to move away from the tentacles at this point.
Okay, so I'm going to say you're heading south.
Yeah.
All right, you walk for a while. How are you attempting to navigate? What are you searching for?
I'm just walking.
You're just walking. What then would dictate your decision making as far as where you go when you come to?
I'll see if I can smell anyone coming, see signs of anyone coming down here before. Try to kind of see where people might be headed. If there are people down here.
Let me ask a more direct question. What is Pough hoping to find?
He's hoping to find, well, I mean, he is looking for his friends.
Okay.
He doesn't have a purpose right now. He's looking for purpose, meaning, like if he could, he's looking for some way he can help. Up above wasn't doing anything. No one was listening to him. So now down below,
okay,
he's looking for that.
As Pough is walking, and he is feeling directionless and purposeless, and he begins to feel the same feelings he felt, but for different reasons, after the incident in the tower in Waterdeep, where you were forced to kill Callum, and you just turned your back on your barbarian ways, but you don't feel like you're in control anymore. You start to try to think back to the ways of Panda, and you start to center your mind a bit. You remember a time walking into the fallen tower in Towerfall after the coronation in Red. You had encountered that spectral old man in the tower, and then there's the lost time from when you woke up. And as you start trying to, figure out what happened during that lost time, as you're just thinking about all these things, and when you woke up, you had new skill sets that you didn't have prior. Suddenly you hear a shuffling, coming from a branch of the tunnel off to the left.
Oh, well.
And you see the visage of the backside of a black and white bugbear that seems to be self-illuminated in these dark tunnels nonetheless, as it walks much further down the tunnel and then takes a fork in the tunnel.
Brother Pan? Duh? Is that you?
You don't get a response.
I kind of scurry down after him.
Brother Pan? Duh?
And as you get to that fork and you make the turn, you see him impossibly further down the tunnel.
Oh.
And he makes another turn.
Okay. Playing hard to get.
I book it after him.
Hey, Brother Pan, what are you doing down here?
And the situation seems to be repeating itself. You seem to be following this visage, and you eventually see him going up this staircase, and he walks through a door that is high up on this staircase and closes the door behind him.
Aha! I've got you now.
I run up the stairs, and before opening the door, I knock on the door and then put my ear to it to see if I can hear.
You knock on the door and you hear confused voices on the opposite side of it, and nobody answers it. It almost seems like they're worried about answering a knock at this door.
I'll knock.
Knock.
Still no one answers it.
Who's there? Is the correct response. Get it. Knock. Who's there? It's a little... Okay.
I see if I can open up the door.
You open up the door as this giant bugbear creature emerges from a darkened door that has danger, do not open, on the opposite side of it. People begin to shriek in terror. Wilder and Emrine, you hear screaming coming from down below.
That sounds like something that Emrine would reply to. Gotta have a purpose in life. And it's to throw myself at danger.
We should probably go check on that, yeah?
She's like already up.
I'm right behind you.
All right, so while that's happening, Pooh, how do you respond to these people screaming and running?
Everyone, calm down. This is... I am a very nice bugbear. Have any of you seen friends? I'm here to help.
Make a persuasion roll.
That would be a natural 1.
I am so happy. All right, so...
-2, so it's a -1.
Nice. So Pooh is down there, and he is shouting at the top of his lungs, so he can be heard over everybody.
You just calm down.
And as he's saying calm down, he's flailing his arms up and down to gesticulate to bring the volume down. He's got his fingers out like claws and just screaming at the top of his lungs. You guys come down, the two of you come down and see Pooh menacing the survivors in this sub-basement.
I think Emrine just kind of stares for a second, just dumbfounded on how to handle this situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk past Emrine, and you said he's waving the dynamite.
No, I don't have...
It's just his claws, okay. Just like, calm
okay.
down.
You, sir, be quiet. I'm trying to talk here. I'm looking for my friends. I'm trying to be helpful. Why is everyone screaming and yelling? You got to stop it. Stop it right now.
I cast Mage Hand to kind of like grab his hand to like stop what he's doing until I can catch up.
Oh, hey, Wilder.
Hey. Easy, bud.
Easy. I was being easy.
You're freaking people out.
I'm being... Yes, they are freaking out. I just came through that door.
Just take a breath.
I point to the door behind me.
I was following Brother Pan. He was here just a second ago. And, no.
I'm gonna say probably not. Feeling all right?
Well, not particularly, but, it's not like a feel-good type of day. Know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going around. Emrine's here.
Hi.
Oh, hello there, Emrine. Good seeing you again.
Yes, is there a reason that we're yelling quite so loudly at all of these people?
He started it.
And I point at one of the survivors.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably not.
Oh, probably so. Let's take the tape back. It was definitely them. We have a replay on that.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sounding like Orbog right now.
Yeah. What were you doing?
Well, I was in the tunnels. First I was chasing after the giant tentacles to see where they might be coming from.
Mm-hmm. Figure that out?
Well, you know those flesh pit room sort of things
Couldn't forget
that
them.
we've seen? Yeah. There. More or less. That's what I'm thinking.
Wonderful. Yeah, so, funny thing. You miss Theos.
Oh, but that sounds wonderful. I would have liked to take a nice bite out of him.
I kinda wish you would have been here to do that. It was my fault. But,
What are we doing?
that is the question, always. Em made a good point. It seems like the tower's kind of like off limits to the tentacles or whatever.
Oh, I did think of something important that I should probably tell you all.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like this is going on, elsewhere, if that makes sense. Not just here. I did a little magic. You'll all be very proud of me. And I ended up in a land full of lots of Fontars. And, they said that this was going on all over the world. Happening there too.
Really?
And then I came back.
Isn't that also what your little friend said?
Which little friend?
You know, the one with the... I don't remember his name.
How little?
Well, not Aelin size.
Bigger than that?
I would say slightly shorter than Orbog now. You don't have many little friends anymore. They seem to have all changed. Or died. I'm very
yes.
sorry.
So which little... What was the question again? I got
Keith?
lost.
Are you talking about Keith?
No, I know who Keith is.
Okay.
The other one.
Let's see.
The one that showed up.
Stumblefoot.
No, he disappeared.
I know he died.
Well, yes.
Well.
I hate Guess Who. Because you're not playing it right.
I'm sorry.
Is he wearing a hat?
No.
I'm
No, he's not.
little friend.
You, the one that likes you.
I thought you liked me. I mean, no, I mean, the one that likes me. Callum?
Sure. Yes, that one.
Oh, I don't call him little.
He's not that little.
He's a
I
tall
don't
boy.
Never make fun of.
He is tall.
Maybe scrawny,
I
but
suppose.
tall
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, he
I'm more-
doesn't have very many muscles on him. I'll give you that.
Emotionally, perhaps.
He's emotionally small, yes.
Yes. Is it? But didn't he say something about this happening other places as well?
Probably. That sounds like something Callum would say.
Okay.
He
Just
talks
checking.
Yeah, but it's confirmed. The land of the Fawn people. What do you... Fontars? Fontarian? Fontarlen? What's the place where all the Fontars come from? Not all of them.
Well, we're not all from the same place, Pooh. I was born here in Towerfall.
Oh yeah, that's not what... I meant like
Mm-hmm.
where there's a large correlation of Fontars.
My family's house here is what my answer would usually be. I don't know.
Okay.
Fontarovia. That sounds good.
That
Yes.
sounds sure.
In
Yes.
the land of Fontarovia,
Yes.
Right.
there's someone who, a group of Fontars are fighting off the same...
Fonsylvania.
Fonsylvania.
We're
Fon-
getting
What
off
is the
track.
point of this? Yes.
I don't know. See what happens when Pooh shows up? Everything was fine.
Well, that's debatable. To the
Yes.
utmost of
I'm
degrees.
sorry.
Yes.
I didn't
Okay.
mean to.
So anyway,
No, it's all right. I didn't. I'll just stand here, I guess.
No, I believe you were saying something about the land of the Fontars and Sylvania.
right.
Yeah. they're under attack too.
Oh, I see.
This is a worldwide thing.
Okay, how did you get there? Because you're here.
Magic.
I see.
I mean, like, specific.
Notice the fingers. Well, I went into this bar that looked a lot like the yawning portal.
That's usually a different kind of magic.
Yeah.
I was looking and I found like the room, just like in Durnan's room. Remember Durnan?
Yeah.
No.
And there's one of those circles on the ground with
Teleportation
all the-
circle.
Yep. And I got in the middle of it and I went with my fingers.
That's not how
Like
they
that.
work, but
Emrine, you know that the only authorized teleportation circles were the one that was in
I am well aware.
the one that was destroyed in Castle Manlagar.
There was one to Waterdeep. There was one to the town where Callum lived.
And there may have been one in Sturkler, but we'll never know.
Mhm.
So whichever one he's talking about was an unauthorized circle of teleportation.
50-50 on if I even know that there is unauthorized teleportation circles. But all of this sounds okay. Not like okay, but like, okay, I'm understanding what you're saying.
processing. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we knew this was a big problem. This is a really big problem that can't be solved with just,
And I pull out my explosives.
Oh,
explosives.
Pardon?
hey. You know how to use those,
That was-
right?
Yes, of course. You just rub them together and then throw them.
Yeah. How about I could hold on to them for you? Just so they don't accidentally
No.
rub together?
Emrine and Wilder, I would like you both to make a perception check or a survival check, whichever you would choose.
Natural 20 plus 6. 26.
I also got a 26.
Oh,
Okay.
so
We're buddies.
perceptive. Trauma, hyper aware.
You both notice that the explosives, the dynamite that Pooh is holding, is sweating.
It's what now?
Pardon?
Okay, how dynamite is made is it's basically nitroglycerin that's been
Glycerin.
stabilized with other compounds,
Mm-hmm.
and if it sets over time, it will sweat the nitroglycerin, which is very combustible to
Bet we don't have any
movement.
nitroglycerin, eh, Milo?
Hmm.
That's it. That's my quote of the day. Can we stop everything that's happening right now?
You want me to put these back in my bag?
May I have them, please?
Sure, I suppose.
I'll just hold my hands out.
I hand them to you.
Here you go.
I just toss them.
Oh
Toss them
my!
to you.
Oh my
Oh, no.
goodness!
Emrine, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving roll, please.
We're all gonna die right now.
Can I make one as well?
Yes.
Can I make one? Because this is an awesome
Actually,
throw.
no. The two, Pooh and Wilder, whether or not you need to make one is going to be highly dependent on what Emrine rolls.
I bet
Okay.
you're gonna have to. I got an 11.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, that's okay because I didn't take any damage in any of our fights, so I'll survive this.
I need everybody to make a dexterity saving roll.
Okay,
1p3.
I made one already before you said I couldn't. So I'm going to roll again.
No.
I rolled a 26.
A 26. Pooh, what did you get?
23.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my 0 to that.
Ooh,
Do you have
money.
Does anybody have any
Final last words.
evasion, damage evasion sort of skills that they want to add to this as well? Because
Yeah. I mean, I can take half damage.
okay.
This is why I came into this campaign with 2 characters, so I'm fine. Also took no damage, so I'm also probably still fine.
I threw 2 sticks of explosive.
Oh, no. It wasn't 2 sticks. It was 2 bundles,
I mean, 2
sir.
like bundles. Yes.
How much does each one of those bundles do? How much does each one of those sticks do? Let me do some quick averaging math out here.
I was hoping to save these, but whoops.
Aim for the back legs. I don't need those ones.
Dave, you said you're using evasion?
Yeah.
Okay. So between your save and evasion, you're taking 1/4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Who? You said you had a skill you were using
I'd be taking half damage
with their skill?
with my
Okay.
it's my evasion.
You also saved, so you're taking 1/4 damage. So only Squid's taking
Okay.
full damage.
Well, with evasion, you take no damage if you succeed.
Well, then
Because
the two
normally
of
on a
you don't
success,
take.
you wouldn't take half damage.
Okay. My
Oh,
bad.
wait.
All right,
Emrine
so-
sees it fall, and I feel like narratively what happens is she just jumps on the grenade. I feel like this is the... this is
Totally
the
see
moment.
that.
Fumbles it and goes, oh no!
I am sincerely sorry, Squid.
Listen, I will be, honestly, going to be really thoroughly impressed if I go down right now.
I'm sorry too, Emrine.
I'm glad we
hasn't
had a
had
nice
trauma
talk. It
yet.
was great.
Recently,
He's had
so
plenty of trauma.
Nah,
he needs
recently?
more trauma.
Yeah, not in the last 2
No.
arcs.
Yeah.
you already killed one friend.
Oh, okay. It didn't roll super high. Emrine, you fumble.
I would take a grenade for you.
Yeah, you're gonna. You fumble the dynamite as it slips through your fingers. You just throw your body on top of it as it goes off, and you take 47 points of force damage as this explodes underneath the mass of your body.
Boy.
Oh no, Emrine. I wasn't supposed to do that. You okay?
Just a minute. Oh.
Do you need to hit me?
Nope, I'm going to stay laying right here for a moment. Or 2. Or several. Yep.
Nothing to see here. Everyone move away. Give us some space.
How close was your pack, Emrine, to you when this happened?
Oh, not. Like, it was sitting over in a corner somewhere.
Okay. Fortunately, you have some very good armor.
I do.
I will say that it felt like getting hit by a Mack truck. Not that great. I will also say, Emrine, I'm going to have you roll a luck check as well.
Sure.
What's your charisma score?
16.
Okay, I'm going to give you 16%. Not 16, 60% to make this luck roll. So you have to roll under a 60, please.
57.
Your combat wheelchair that you have got pretty dinged up. It's still serviceable, but it's gonna, until you get it repaired, your speed is gonna be halved.
Now I have to move at normal people speeds. Oh.
If you would have failed the roll, it would have been destroyed entirely. So
Checks out, seeing as how that was the lower part of my body.
I'm so sorry.
Yep, she's just gonna lay there for a few minutes.
I'm so sorry, Emrine. That was not a very smart thing to do. Oh, you idiot.
It's, you know what? I feel like this really centered me in the moment. So, that's something.
No, you should be angry at me, Emrine. I came here to help, and people were yelling at me. I caused panic. I exploded a friend. You know what? I'm gonna go
You're gonna go where?
back down that door that says danger. Very
Oh.
fitting.
I wrote that. Did you go in that? You came out of that door. Where does it go? I'm sorry. Could you help me up?
I help you up.
Thank you.
There's a bunch of tunnels down there, Emrine. One of them led to the middle of town.
Leads back to
I came
Aelin.
down that one.
That goes back to Aelin.
Yes, that's where I came from as well.
Well, who knew there were so many tunnels here?
Mhm.
Wilder, you did mention that Callum and Orbog went to be heroes. What exactly were they doing?
If I remember correctly, they were going to find Pooh.
A Pough? That's me.
Yes, that would be you.
Well,
And
I
we
didn't
found
see them
you
anywhere.
instead.
Hmm.
You didn't see them.
No, that's probably for the best. I probably would have blown them up too.
No, stop. Accidents happen. You didn't intentionally light it. You didn't throw it aggressively. Quit beating yourself up. We're all doing a lot of that lately, and it doesn't help anything.
Yes. Better to beat other people up, is what I always say.
Exactly.
I don't always say that.
Take it out on someone else.
Yes, which you did.
Well-
Good job.
No, that wasn't a good job.
It's it seems
Why
as
are
though
you
it'd be-
laughing right now?
I'm seeing things. It's a new thing that I'm trying here in the tower. Have you seen a man that makes you feel very cold when he touches you?
Have you been drinking?
Yes.
No.
Have you seen a man that looks like a panda? Because I have.
No.
Real quick, while we're discussing this, I'm going to grab my Stone of Far Speech, and I'm gonna call Callum real quick.
Hey, Callum, I know you and Orbog are like running, trying to find Pooh. He's here with me and Emrine, and
Hello.
we're pretty close to where you left us. So you could probably come back now.
You
don't
take one
get
down, you
hurt.
pass it around. 12 bottles of beer. Oh, hello, Wilder. It's been a while. Hello.
Hey.
You found
Yeah,
Pooh.
yes. We found him, not he found us. I mean, we kind of found each other, but anyway, yes.
Touching. That sounds great.
It's probably best that you make your way back,
Oh,
unless you have other plans.
well, no. I mean, walking all the way across Tower Fall to this mountain was the plan, I suppose. So I'm glad we got that exercise in. Orbog, he wants us to turn around.
Oh, for the love of...
Yeah, he says that Pooh is there, and we've walked all this way for nothing. Well, yeah, that's what I would have told him too. I know.
I'm sorry. Tell him I'm sorry. Wilder, tell him I'm sorry.
Pooh says he's sorry, but he's been beating himself up.
I won't repeat what Orbog says, but
Probably better not.
no. Okay, well, I guess we'll be back in... How long did this take us? 3 hours? So we'll be back in a few more hours, I suppose. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm very tired. We might rest here. Meet you in the morning.
Just whatever you do, find safety. Be safe the whole way here. We don't really want to lose anyone else.
Yeah.
Don't
too.
play.
Well, I
Remind them
suppose
not to play with
we're
explosives.
the lost ones now.
Sorry, Pooh was talking. Say that one more time, Callum.
Oh, I was just saying that now we're the lost ones, I suppose, if we're talking in the context of people.
Yeah, that seems to be what we do. Okay. Well, you do your thing and we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Right, we'll meet back at Aelin. I feel like Aelin
Right.
is a very safe meeting point. She's a very stable individual.
Oddly enough, at this point, yes.
Aside from, the whole current, she might be a very unstable individual given her current state of being. But you know what? We'll figure that out.
Wilder, as this conversation is happening, you hear a slight shifting and tinkle.
What?
You feel it tinkle?
Oh, sorry.
Control yourself.
Sorry.
I said hear, not feel. And you look over and you notice that Emrine's pack had kind of tipped over. And a purple crystal is slowly rolling away from the bag, almost as if it's under its own volition.
Hey, Callum, I gotta go. Emrine, what is
All
that?
right.
And
Why is it moving?
That is my
I'm gonna use
sister.
Mage Hand to pick it up. It's your sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know how, remember how the king was in one of these?
Yes.
What do I do with it? How do I fix it?
If I remember right, there's a soul inside, and the soul has to go in the body.
In her body?
a willing body, I think.
Yeah, we tried dead bodies once. We got in trouble for that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh.
Um,
I see.
Wouldn't
Okay.
recommend.
How do you find a body that is willing? Can you put another one in a body that has one in it?
Uh,
I think
I don't know,
so.
maybe. Yes?
Well, because,
Like you
like,
could
there's a
say,
whole
"Oh."
thing with Callum.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of things with him.
Yeah, Callum and his dad, they kind of share. That's weird. They share a body together.
That sounds confusing.
It is confusing. There's like 90-some stories I could tell you about it, but I won't. You could go find them yourself.
Okay, so I have to find a body that is willing to have Rhoda's soul in it that is not a dead body.
I think that's the way it works.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it would probably help if you do this with your fingers.
Who's probably right about that?
Why would that help?
I don't
Well,
know.
it-
Stumblefoot had all the answers about that stuff, and he left without, like, leaving a... Oh, no, he did leave a book, but I don't think it was that kind of book. I left that book at Tom Bowles. Anyway. So, I don't know the answer.
You could just try saying,
Do you rub it on your face or something?
Yeah. I think you swallow it.
That's a
So is
big
it
rock.
okay? Well, now if it goes into a body of someone that is willing, but then also they have their own soul, yes? Can
Right.
it then leave the body later if it finds a different one?
Good question.
Well, if it got in there, it should be able to get out, right?
Is a soul safer in a stone or in a body? Because I'm not really sure either is safe at this point, but what do we think
I
is
mean,
safe?
at this point, they're probably similar, but
It's harder to lose a body than a stone, I think.
yes.
The last few hours have not necessarily agreed with that thought, but generally speaking, I would also agree with you.
Okay, so why are you asking that? Where's your sister?
Her body,
All of her, generally.
some of
speaking,
her, is upstairs.
And the other some of her.
Yes, some of it is upstairs, and the rest of it, I assume, was eaten by whatever those tentacle things came from. But the last time I
Oh,
spoke to
no.
her, her soul was not in her body anyway, and she was some kind of little demon child that I'm pretty sure tore Bastille limb from limb.
Well, that's just awful. Just horrible. Just wow. Wow. Poor Bastille.
Pooh and Wilder, I'd like you guys to make a perception check, please. This is
14.
So I got a nat 1, but I have a plus 10. So however you want to play that.
actually Emrine, you can go ahead and roll this now too, please. A perception check.
It's not enough unless my passive counts.
No, this is not a passive. This is a hey. Could you possibly notice something about this?
I could not. How do we get it from the stone into? I will take it from the mage hand.
I think you just go like, you in here with me. Have you tried wiggling your fingers over it?
I wiggle my fingers.
Okay, so normally I would ask Stumblefoot. He's not here. I could ask Callum. He's not here. I would ask Leona. She's definitely not here. And Aelin is now Leona, kind of.
I have questions, but this is probably not the time.
Yes, I also have questions about that, I think. Maybe you told me. Maybe I was not listening.
Yeah, I'll catch you up on the way, but we should go see Aelin. She might know something about the Soulstone.
Wonderful. I have to go upstairs and get the rest of Rhoda.
The rest of Rhoda.
And when we'll collect her pack and her head, and her little soul stone, and follow after these individuals.
All right. Wilder, you vaguely remember how to get to where you came from. Just make a quick survival check for me, please.
Certainly, because I'm so good at those. 10.
It takes a couple hours, longer than it probably should have, but you finally make it back to...
So we all arrive back at the same time. You hear the sound of Arbog and Callum singing more shanties in the distance.
Oh no, Orbog and Callum, they're taking a rest. You said it, it's a thing.
There you go.
Listen, I'm just saying that they're singing loudly. You can hear them.
The singing over the soul stone. You just left, or the not the soul stone, the
Descending. Left the channel open.
ascending stone.
Got his finger on the button.
Yep.
So you guys make it back to where the survivors are camped out at, and Aelin, well, probably Emrine too, looks incredibly overworked and slightly overwhelmed. But she's there helping. She's, oh, good, you're here. Why don't you help out and we can start trying to figure out what the next plan is with these survivors and possibly help ration out whatever goods that we do currently have.
Pooh and I can do that. Emrine needs to talk to you about a thing.
Yes.
It involves soul stones.
How do I put this in me?
I beg your pardon?
So Rhoda's soul isn't here, and I would like it not to be in there anymore. And also her body is gone, except for this head, which I will now take out as well.
Oh.
So I feel as though the safest place for it currently would be me, as I can apparently stay on my feet for a while.
You are aware that your body is currently occupied by a soul.
Yes, I've heard that it can be kind of a dual enrollment situation.
Oh, no.
I don't know why you listen to me anymore. I'm always wrong. Anyway, I'll go help.
Is that not what is happening with your friend?
Oh, no. He had a part of his soul taken away. His father is kind of functioning as part of his soul. It's not like a 2-for-1 sort of deal. His father has no sentience nor because he was a divine being of divine creation.
I see. So it needs a body without a soul in it.
Correct. Something like a vessel.
How do we make that happen?
Well, I don't know. Can I see this, please? She reaches out for the soul stone.
She will slowly hand it over.
She hangs on to it, and her eyes go white. And then her eyes come back, and she goes, "Oh, she wants to talk to you."
Okay. When I was holding it, did I get like that essence offer, like the same as when I held the king's one?
Yeah, you like I said, when you first got it, you kind of got a feeling of like Rhoda, and you got like you felt like an embrace.
Em's face is like, why are you not already telling me what she wants to be saying? Without her saying that out loud.
Here, she reaches up like she wants to put her hand on your head.
I will crouch a lot. I'll do the little like kneeling horse thing.
She reaches up, and as soon as her fingers make contact with your forehead, your consciousness is swept away, and you are in... It almost looks like just a room with some chairs in it within but it's like made up of amethyst, like faceted amethyst.
I like what you've done with the place.
Well, I didn't... This is just kind of what these look like on the inside, I suppose.
Hello.
Hi. Why are you trying so hard, Emrine?
I keep being asked this question. And I think my answer currently is that because it is what I would like to do. And I'm not going to stop.
What if I told you that this was by my choice?
Pardon? What do you mean this was your choice?
I don't know what happened to the other lady.
What other lady?
The one whom I gave my body to. But the deal was she was going to deliver me to the Scrimsley, and she could have my body in this world.
And you don't know who she was?
Does it matter?
Kind of.
She didn't take my body by force. It was... She was going to save Nicus in exchange, and quite frankly, she was going to take my place so nobody would miss me, rather than what my other options were.
Are you stupid? I know you're not, but I feel like I need to ask the question. Because what you're saying right now sounds very, very stupid. That girl wasn't you, even if she was in your body.
Well, she at least wanted to be there.
Then let's work on that. Instead, not replacing you, who you are, this right here, with someone else in your body that frankly was slightly terrifying and not my favorite. And even if you are not always my favorite either, I much prefer you.
Why won't you just let me go?
I don't know how to give up. Call it a flaw.
It's easy if you try.
I don't think I want to start trying.
If I've learned anything over this last few years, it's losing all hope is freedom. Hope is a fool's gambit, Emrine. I've given up. You may think that you're saving your family, but you're just prolonging the inevitable. At the end of it all is death and pain, and there are so few people who get to choose how they see the end of it and get to make their exit on their own terms.
But it's not just you.
Really? Because it's been just me ever since you went to Southern Towerfall.
It has not. And if you actually think that, then maybe I take back what I said, and I'm not going to call you that again, but you have Nicus and Ida and...
Nicus left us for the castle.
Nicus went to get a job.
Ida is too young to know any better.
And with examples like this, I guess you'll never learn.
Quite frankly, I was the one who took the brunt of Dad after you left. After Mom left. Do you know what it's like having to take the abuse and then fill your mother's shoes?
Yes, I do.
I don't want that. I don't want to live in a tar paper house anymore. I don't want to constantly have to wonder what dumpster my dinner's coming out of. I don't want to wonder if I'm even going to eat that day. I don't want Bastite's hands on me anymore. I don't want the people who love me to continue to hurt me. I don't want the people who have taken oaths to protect me to constantly extort us in the streets anymore. This is not a life I want to live, Emrine. We live in a world of excrement and then we die. And if I choose to die rather than spend my life wallowing in this land's crap, I find myself better off for it. And if somebody else can make better use of my body than the life that I've lived, then they can have it.
Do you think that it only affects you?
I think that the people who think it affects them aren't around enough for it to be affected. Because everybody I love either leaves or is dead.
Well, lucky for you, I'm still here. And I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not giving up.
Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. I know we stepped into some murky waters with some of the content. Just going to throw it out there. This is a discussion that we had in our group chat as creators. Some of the future episodes might deal with a little bit heavier topics because that's where the narrative is driving towards. So we definitely are still striving to keep this as family friendly as possible, but we may deal with some heavy topics that might be something that if there are parents out there, you might want to have some conversations with your children about, or possibly exercise some discretion depending on your circumstances. As always, we will strive to keep the podcast profanity free and smut free and dirty joke free as much as possible. So, but with that being said, there will be some heavier topics that may be addressed as we go. So just bear that in mind. It's not going to be a forever thing, but we are going into a dark period of this world's history, and it would feel like a narrative injustice for us not to treat it as such. So that being said, we want to also thank you for listening. We adore each and every one of you. If you should feel so inclined to join our Patreon, please do so, or like, rate, and subscribe on whatever platform you listen. That helps us out, puts us in front of like-minded individuals like yourself, or even if that's too much, hey, tell a friend. Word of mouth is always the best form of publicity. So again, we appreciate every one of you, and stay fresh, cheese bags.
You have been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast with the voices of John Haryu, Catherine Serwinski, Dave Clements, J.S. Earls, Celeste Mora, Josiah Crandall, Eric Campagno, and Steve MacDonald. The theme music was written and performed by Steve Arthur, used with permission. Find more of his music on Facebook or wherever you purchase music digitally. Please review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other podcasters find our podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.
A massive thanks to our Blade Level patrons, Julie Earls, Aaron Peckham, Josh Clements, Branson Boykin, Debbie Roth, Matthew Cosby, Random Encounters, and Indubitably. Learn more and see how you can support the show by going to patreon.com/playinggameswithstrangers.